The Foxy Forum is a lifestyle talk show with your host, Angie Fox, who doesn't mind living in a man's world as long as she can be a woman in it. She loves to sip martinis, smoke full-bodied cigars, and play from the men's tees on the golf course. And now, let's follow the Foxy Lady into the Foxy Forum.
Welcome into the Foxy Forum. It's Angie Fox, Foxy Dame, live tonight from the Tan Talk Studios, 1340 AM. And if you're watching us and want to see us live on the webcam, at tantalk1340.com. And with me tonight is my guest co-host, Erica. How are you doing, hottie?
I was really good until I saw myself in the computer, and you could just see my profile. Oh, my God, I do not have a good profile.
Come closer to me so they can see your tatas. But anyway, so you rolled up tonight in the studio, and this hot thing that was growling at me.
My car.
Ooh, yeah. What was that?
Well, there are some things that removing testosterone from your body cannot cure, and that is the speedy car addiction that I will never lose.
Never lose that. No. Cheers to that.
Thank you.
Sister.
Cheers to the speedy car. I can't give it up. I tried to go the sensible Hyundai route and to get a little economy car. Boring. I was so miserable.
Yeah.
So I traded the Hyundai and got myself another speedy car with a big, giant, snarly engine.
And what is it, pray tell?
It's a GTO.
GTO. OMG GTO.
OMG GTO, terrible gas mileage.
Oh, it was just gorgeous. I cannot drive a car that's plain. Like, I ride around in a red fire truck, basically, a truck with flames on the side.
She has this huge Escalade that just says, hello.
Yeah, I'd like to jack it up with some wheels and be in the Monster Jam tomorrow here in Tampa.
That thing is cool. You could.
Yeah, that's always been my lifelong dream, to be a monster truck driver.
I've gotten to ride in a monster truck.
You did? I'm so jello.
Oh, I've done it a couple of times, and it is stupid scary.
Really?
Why? It's just so much fun.
Are they now, I need the hookup. Give a sister a hookup, okay?
You're sitting up higher than you can imagine,
right?
Going around corners faster than physics say that you should be.
Okay.
And you feel like the thing is going to tip over any second, and then it's going to explode and die, and the engine is so loud and scary, and it's...
Wow.
It's really fun.
Now, how did you end up in a monster truck?
Back in my former life, I have all kinds of interesting friends. I have friends with monster trucks, with airplanes and motorcycles.
Wow, all the toys.
Yeah, there's some things you can't give up.
Well, we've had a good time at the Foxy Forum, getting to know you through the years, Erica. As you've
been coming here for a long time.
Yeah, you've been coming here a long time, hosting with me, and we've loved watching your transformation. But I will tell you, you look the most beautiful that I've seen
thank you.
In all these years. So
the bags under my eyes aren't too bad tonight.
You look great.
It's been a long day.
You look great, and I'm glad you're here. And thank you for taking the time to come out and co-host with me tonight.
No, thanks for having me.
This is an important topic, and it's really been very hot, across the nation, and all different things. We got people wanting to be the first Victoria's Secret angels, and we've got. I'm so excited for the show tonight because we have not only you co-hosting with me, but we have Dr. Gina Midyet, who's a local doctor that works. Actually, her very first client that she had was transgender.
Oh, wow.
And it kind of kicked off her career in the Tampa Bay area. She's from California. And then we also have Sasha Bouchard, who is from California at the Transgender Law Center. Okay. And she's going to be on a little later in the show. But and she does a lot of work. I was just looking at her resume and the things and the people whose lives she's touched. But, I wanted to ask you, now that you are fully a woman, how has life been different for you?
It really hasn't been different. I didn't expect it to be all that different, aside from the fact that my new parts are a little more high maintenance than my old parts were.
It was so funny because when I was at the Southern Comfort Conference, and I think I told you this a few years ago in Atlanta, and it was like, I don't know, the fourth day of the convention, because at that convention, you're basically dressing up as a girl every day. Or you're putting on makeup, the wig, everything. And I saw this lady in the elevator, and there's such a long face, and I said, honey, what's wrong? And she said, it's tough being a girl 4 days in a row.
4 days in a row.
I said, how about a lifetime, sister?
For her.
But it is really funny. So the parts, they're high maintenance. What do you mean by that?
Oh, when you have the surgery, there's a certain period of dilation that you have to go through to keep that new opening open. And
now I think we had some of your Purple Rain. Was that one of your toys?
Purple Rain, that was one of the toys. That was the first smaller one, and then we moved up to the larger blue one, and then the even bigger green one.
Oh my God!
The green monster. That thing was.
Did you have a name for the blue one?
Oh, God, I don't remember what the... Blue Thunder, I think it was.
Blue Thunder.
That was a while ago. I haven't seen Blue Thunder in a while.
Now, do you have a favorite toy now? Just for fun, not for medical reasons?
I have several, yes.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. You have
okay, so you drive something that growls, and you can ride something that growls.
Yeah, all I need now is a motorcycle that vibrates.
I love this. Oh, my gosh. So that's been different. What else? Like, how about your family? How about your dog?
My family has been fine. My daughter's fine. My daughter's friends all seem to not care. You know, my daughter's 11 going on 21, and her friends are really cool. They know who I am, and everybody calls me Erica, and I'm the fun mom/dad, whatever they want to call me. No one seems to care. Their parents don't care. Everyone pretty much knows. You have that little awkward talk where they're like, do what now?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm doing, but apparently I'm fooling people more than I thought. Apparently I'm passing very well these days. Although I don't see it. I will never see how people don't just like stare at me and say, that's dude. And it just doesn't happen.
You know, when
me.
I see you, I know your story and I know you, but if I were just to see you, I would say that's a lady.
You would say, okay.
Totally.
Even driving the snarly car.
I would be driving the star, and I'm all GG. I'm genetic girl, and I definitely...
Oh, believe me, honey, I have lots of girlfriends who have speedy cars.
Yeah, exactly. No, you definitely appear... It's your essence. It's what you're projecting from your heart, more so than even your appearance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's just been so much easier, you know, when you don't carry that burden around of I know that I should be one way. Why am I stuck like this? It's very depressing. You know, I was very angry.
It must feel like you're inside a jail in your own body.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. It took a lot of energy to really, you know, fight what you knew was right, but you have to do what society expects in your family, and what about my job, and I don't want to be ostracized.
Well, and speaking of your job, how has that been? How did work take it?
I've been there for 14 years now. Everything is fine.
So you went from one name on your door to the new name.
It cost me $35 to get new business cards.
There you go,
That's the
folks.
biggest expense I've had at work.
Wow, amazing. What about people who are listening tonight who may be thinking about going through this process and are just scared out of their minds?
Oh,
what advice would you give?
It's very scary. It's very intimidating. And the only thing that I could tell somebody is if that they decide to do this with their friends and their family and their therapist involved, go through the proper steps. Go through the right channels. Get the therapy. Make sure that this really is for you, that it's not just a part-time thing. There's a lot of people that cross-dress as a fetish that think they might want to take it further, and that's fine.
Right.
If that's what you think that you should do, but you should know that it's more than a commitment. It's going to be your life. And if this is not who you are, it will break you. And
I can imagine.
It will. I mean, it will break you. My situation is apparently very atypical. I mean, I went through this fairly quickly compared to what most people do. It took me, I don't know, about 3 years from start to finish. But, again, I knew that it was what I wanted my whole life. I had the power to do it.
How did you know? Like, what age did you know?
I knew when I was a little kid.
Like 5 years old, 6 years old?
I would pray to God when I was, even before puberty. I remember praying to God, why can't I just wake up and be a girl in the morning? This is terrible. This is stupid. And I was angry, and I was envious of the girls that were around me. And then at the same time, I'm trying to please, my family by doing the right thing, going deer hunting with my dad.
Yeah, the expectations.
Yeah. And that was kind of how I was living my entire life into my 20s and 30s and even into my early 40s I was living my life to do what was expected of me.
Right.
Because I had the cool job.
When did you start living your life for you?
Well, I finally hit the wall and started seeing a therapist when I was 41, 42, something like that. And I never intended to go through with it because I didn't think it was possible. No.
Wow.
I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think I would be able to have the money because this is very expensive and insurance doesn't cover it.
When you say expensive, what type of range are we talking
about?
Oh,
I've probably spent, the surgery, just that big surgery that you're probably thinking of itself was $20,000 all by itself.
Okay.
But then you have a lot of therapy that insurance doesn't pay for. You have a lot of pills and doctor's visits, and if you want to buy new tatas, you got to buy those. And then you have to buy a whole new wardrobe.
Right.
If this is what you're going to do, and it really adds up very quickly. And it's $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. I honestly haven't sat down and done the math because I'm afraid.
Wow. Speaking of the wardrobe, what have you enjoyed buying most?
God. Well, I was never into this for the clothes. The clothes are really kind of more of a pain in the butt.
Really?
Oh my God. There's There's nothing.
Where do you get good bras? Because I
only buy bras and underwear at Victoria's Secret.
Okay, got it.
I can't. I've tried buying some of the other cheaper stuff, and it doesn't last. It doesn't fit right.
I can't get bras to fit me even at Victoria's Secret, so I have to go to Fredericks of Hollywood for the.
You're 34. A little bigger than the average girl.
I am. I need the over-the-shoulder boulder holder is what I need.
Yeah.
Speaking of Victoria's Secret, there's a really famous, obviously model. Is it Carmen? I believe is her name. That wanted to become the very first transgender Victoria's Secret angel, and is basically working on that. I mean, she is knockout gorgeous.
She's gorgeous, isn't she?
OMG.
I know.
Now, I got a chance to see an interview she did, and I was just blown away.
She's very, very well put together.
Yes, she is. So, it's interesting. I guess there's part of society is probably wondering, is that even fair? It's like the Olympics. If you, I guess tackling that and wondering that. I mean, how you really feel on the inside, could that give you a competitive edge?
A lot of people. There was a professional golfer whose name escapes me that was transgender.
Actually, we talked about it on the show a couple years ago.
Yeah. And everybody asked me my opinion then, and my opinion was and is still the same. When you begin to take the hormones and the testosterone blockers, you lose all of your body strength. It just goes away.
Really?
Yeah. I can't lift anything like I used to be able to lift.
Really?
I can lift 20% of what I used to be able to lift.
I didn't know that.
It's really strange. Yeah. My body has changed in many, many ways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Have you become more emotional like a woman perhaps would be?
Yeah. My daughter loves to laugh at me when we watch television shows or the movies.
Because you're crying?
I'll just sit there and just bawl my head off. I was doing it the other night watching Big Fish. We were sitting there watching Big Fish, and at the end, it's like, oh my God, his dad turned into a fish. And I know how the movie's going to end, and yet I still bawl my head off every time I see it. And
amazing.
That never used to
happen. Do you like
happen.
those feelings?
I do. I do. And
is this something you dreamed of ever since you were, like you said, a child?
Well, those feelings I really hadn't anticipated. I didn't anticipate the highs and the lows, and and even though I don't have a uterus and a period, I get emotional periods. And the doctor told me that was going to happen when he first prescribed the hormones to me after I passed all the blood tests and everything. And he said, the women that are on them, you're going to get on the same cycle as the women that you're around the most. Probably the ones that are in your office or wherever you're
from the pheromones. Or
and
what?
I said, yeah. And I said, oh, really? I'm sure that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he said, no, it will because your body's going to interact with the pheromones. And and guess what? About once a month is leave me alone. I hate you. I hate myself. Why blah 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 blah? Poor me. And then 3 or 4 days go by, and I'm la 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 la. Where's my shiny car?
Very cool. The PMS, pseudo PMS.
Yeah, it sucks.
Interesting. I'd like to do it without having to be on the cotton pony.
It's really not so bad.
Yeah.
Although I did have. I don't know. I probably had years of that all made up for the first year or so after my surgery. That was a bit of a recovery period.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, it's been fascinating to see you, Erica, and your transformation.
I haven't seen you in so long.
It has been a while. But I'm glad you're here tonight, and this is going to be a rocking show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, coming up in our next segment, we are going to have Dr. Gina Mediette. She's the local doctor who is a mental health counselor and psychotherapist who works with many of the transgender in our community. So we're going to ask her all kinds of questions.
Fantastic.
Stay with us. You're listening to the Foxy Forum. It's Angie Fox, Foxy Dame, and Erica tonight on our transgender show. We'll be right back.
Oh, Lou Reed.
Holly came from Miami, FLA. Hitchhiked away across USA. Plucked her eyebrows on the way. Shaved her legs and then he was a she. She says, hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey honey.
Indulge your most intimate moments with Date Night from OhYesFun.com. All the toys you'll need for the perfect night. 6 yummy flavors of personal lubricant, a mighty bullet massager, vibrating ring, and 2 condoms. Something for both of you, all in one sexy date night kit. Ask your favorite retailer or visit OhYesFun.com and discover the sexy world of Oh Yes. Vibrating rings, powerful mini massagers, and luscious lubricants. That's OhYesFun.com. Oh yes, fun.com.
Do you wish you could eat healthier, but you simply don't have enough time to make it happen? Tampa Bay Organics delivers the freshest and 100% certified organic fruits and vegetables right to your home or office. Just hop on their website at tampabayorganics.com, and with a couple clicks of the mouse, you'll get yourself on the way to eating healthier without ever having to step foot outside your door. Free delivery and a 100% customer happiness guarantee. Visit tampabayorganics.com to live a happier and healthier life.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen.
This is Smoker's Den Cigars at 29140 U.S. Highway 19 North. Come on by and see our humongous selection of boutique blend cigars. We are open from 10:30 in the morning to 10 at night. On Fridays and Saturdays, we're open to 11. We have a nice variety of boutique blend cigars. We also feature a nice Sunday afternoon for NFL football. We have 4 screen TVs to enjoy your favorite team. We also sponsor the Nice Ash event, which is the second Wednesday of every month. The ladies are encouraged to come and visit the humidor and have camaraderie with other ladies and just enjoy nice cigar selection. So come on by and see us. 727-784-1676 is our phone number. We're located at 29140 U.S. Highway 19 North.
The Den, where we know your name and your favorite cigar. Come see us.
Are sexual compulsions or sexual hyperactivity damaging your relationships or career? Or do you just want to understand your partner or yourself in a deeper way, leading to a more fulfilling sex life? Hi, I'm Erin Grupp, psychotherapist and certified sexual addiction professional. As one of Tampa Bay's leading experts in sexual addiction and sex therapy, I help individuals and couples reclaim their sense of intimacy, playfulness, and connection through clinically proven counseling techniques in a comfortable, discreet, and confidential environment. To set an appointment, call my office at 813-784-3724 or email me at therapy@erengrupp.com. That's therapy@ERINGRUPP.com.
Leave expectations at the door. Just let your eyes explore my cinematic flair. From my boot to derriere, I've got a lacy silken feel with arms as hard as steel. I am freedom, I'm constriction, a potpourri of contradiction. Leave that humdrum face of come behind. Once you walk inside these doors, you're mine. Now let me blow your mind and light you down. And then here I am. Yes, ma'am.
You're listening to the Foxy Forum, a lifestyle talk show. To suggest a topic, please contact Angie through her website, FoXXXyForum.com, or share a comment on her Foxy Forum Facebook page or Twitter. That's Foxy, spelled with triple X's. And now, here is your host, the classy Foxy dame of radio, Angie Fox.
Oh boy, we're back in the Foxy Forum. It's Angie Fox, Foxy Dame, along with Erica on this transgender night, and we're getting kinky in the studio.
Love those boots, girl.
I got my kinky boots on tonight in honor of Kinky Boots, which is playing in New York and won 6 of the 6 awards at the Grammys, and I'm so proud of them.
Looking at this right now. Oh my gosh.
It's just amazing. And the lead character is a transgender. Mm-hmm. It's a man who, has, ever since he was a little boy, wanted to wear sexy red heels and boots, and just absolutely amazing.
I can't blame him.
Amazing show. And basically, the premise of the show is it's a shoe manufacturer who manufactures basic men's shoes. And they, they're boring, and they've got to try something new, and they end up making boots and heels that a man can wear. So
but why would they do that? The high heels are just a torturous hell. Why would anybody wear those all the time?
I love high heels.
I know you do.
When I don't wear high heels, my calf muscles hurt. I was on a cruise wearing flats, and by the second day, I'm like, oh my gosh, my calves hurt. I realized I wasn't wearing heels, and I always wear heels.
You've obviously been trained well.
Yes, my body has responded. Well, soon, sister, soon. We'll walk together.
Oh, no, I'm too tall, and my voice is too deep to walk around and be 6 feet tall.
Well, in Kinky Boots, at the very end, everybody all the guys, even the rough guys from the shoe
Everybody in the
manufacturer.
audience?
Well, not in the audience, but the people on stage are all wearing kinky
Wow, I
boots.
think I saw that in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Phenomenal. Anyway, we have with us on the line Dr. Gina Midyett. Dr. Gina, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. How are you doing?
We're doing fabulous, honey. Are you wearing any kinky boots tonight, sister?
I'm wearing some kinky high heels for sure.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Have you heard of kinky boots?
No, tell me about them.
Well, they're red and they're sparkly, and I have a pair on here in the studio tonight. But it's also an award-winning play that's playing musical that's in New York. So very excited about that. So you have to check it out if you get up to New York.
I want to. Yeah, I love New York, so I've got to check that out for sure.
So I know that when you first started here in the Tampa area with your practice, one of your first clients was actually a transgender.
Yes, it was. And actually, that's how I got into sex therapy, because I had a transgender client call into my office and basically said, "Do you see transgender patients?" I said, "Well, of course I do." And I just could not believe the answer I got was, "Well, I can't find anyone in Tampa that will see me." I go, "What do you mean you're a person? How can I not see you?" So that's how, and I love the transgender community. I have lots of transgender clients now, and I just enjoy that clientele so much.
What do you find, Dr. Gina, is prevalent amongst the transgenders in the Tampa community? What are some of the issues that are affecting them?
I think it's really, trying to figure out how to fit into the community, how to blend, how to come out and, work and be just like everybody else. I think it's a scary transition for sure. And, how to do it, how to come out to your family, because I think Tampa, for the most part, is unlike Miami and Los Angeles. It's pretty conservative for the most part. At least I'm from Miami, so I was used to more of a open-minded community. And I think Tampa's definitely not. I think it's getting better, but it's slowly getting better. So I think that's one of the challenges.
It's a bit hickier of a town here in Tampa than it is in Miami. That's true.
It is, and I think that it's just going to take educating people and having people like us to really talk to the community and make them aware of what being transgender is about, and just helping people understand and not being afraid to answer questions like that. Because I think, not getting defensive about it. Just
right. Education is the biggest thing that you can do to somebody. Now, I tread a very fine line. I live a very straight life, for lack of a better term.
I was just asking Erica. She's dating, and she said no.
No, I don't.
No time.
I don't have time to date, and honestly, this is a bit of a hick town, and I don't want to sound like I'm being down on myself, but who's going to date me? Honestly, who do you think would date someone like me? I mean, I have a job. I have 2 cars. I have a place to live.
And a very, very sexy hot car, by the way.
Thank you very much.
And a beautiful daughter.
I don't need anyone to take care of me, and I know how a lot of men are. They like to be able to take care of a lady. And while I would love to have that, I certainly don't exude that vulnerability. I think that maybe a lot of women do, frankly. So and then the other question. This is going to sound harsh and sound bad, but these are the things that go through my head. Who's going to date me when they could have a genetic girl? That's the low self-esteem part of me, but also realistic part of me too. I kind of hate to believe that, but I'm more of a realist too.
Do you see that in your practice, Dr. Gina?
Yes, I do. And one of the struggles I see with a lot of my transgender clients is that they don't see themselves as, I help them see themselves as a person. Who are you as a person? Because I think that in our society, you're right, it's very about the physical appearance or, just superficial. So it's really just understanding who you are. And I'm a big believer in once you're confident and once you believe in yourself and you get to know yourself, you will find that right person because they will love you and they'll want you for you, not because of where you came from or what you look like. So I think it does come from within. It's getting that confidence. And especially if you've lived a life of confusion and not really knowing who you are, it takes time to get to know who that person is. And that's probably what you're going through with most of my transgender clients go through.
I'm sure that's what it is, but still, I have had to maybe psych myself up for the sad fact that I could live a very lonely life. I could wind up being by myself for the rest of my life. I mean, that is a medical fact. That can actually happen to me. And I'm not happy about it, but at the same time, I have a lot of friends. I have a great family. I have a good job. I have so many wonderful things.
Do you miss the companionship of a partner, though?
I do, I do. You know, and I have to have an audience. I have to have someone to torture, and I don't have anyone.
Dr. Gina, do you ever see where, I've seen a lot of this, and maybe I'm just generalizing, though, where you'll see a transgender couple where it was a male to female and a female to male, and they end up getting together. I mean, I saw that.
That does happen.
Very prevalent.
Sure.
Yes, because I think, like kind of what I was saying before, you're getting to know that person inside. So two people that have gone through the same experiences, they can relate to each other and they have a better connection. So yeah, absolutely, I definitely have seen that. But you know, there's also some really great transgender dating sites. I don't know if you've heard of Pink Essence.
Oh yeah, I've been on those sites. Let me tell you what happens on the transgender dating sites for me.
Yes.
I put my picture up and I get 20 emails the first day, and of course the first question everyone wants to know is, so how big is it? And then when I tell them, oh, I had the surgery almost 3 years ago, delete. I never hear back from them again.
Really? Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
And I've tried experiments too, right, where I don't divulge that information and kind of get to, you know, just get to know a person.
Sure.
And then as soon as they find out that I've had the surgery, it's like, oh, it's been nice talking to you.
So they're not really looking for people who have been sexually reassigned. They're looking for...
They're looking for that, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And it's called, what was the name of the website?
Pink
Essence? Yeah.
Oh, Pink Essence.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of Transgender Date is another one. There's several dating. I've even tried Plenty of Fish, and I've tried two experiments on Plenty of Fish where I disclosed everything at the beginning, because as much as I would love to say, you know, and I don't understand how I seem to pass as well as I do, but apparently
because you look like a girl, you are a girl.
Well, I don't think I sound like one very much, though.
Your voice has changed, though.
Has it?
Yeah, it definitely does.
I might just be tired.
From what I do know, I've known Erica for 3 years.
4 years.
It definitely, I mean, it definitely has changed. It's definitely gotten higher.
Well, you know, that's the thing that I think gives me away is my voice. But again, I don't have anyone staring at me or anybody saying, that's a man, Jerry, when I'm waiting in line at the drive-thru or anything.
Yeah.
I don't have that happen to me very much anymore, if at all. And if it's happening, I'm not really aware of it because I don't care. I'm just living my life. But the problem is when people find out, because in this day and age of the Internet, there are so many transgender people that I have heard say, well, I don't think anybody should have to know because this is who I am now. Well, that's not reality. Reality is everyone has the Internet, and all somebody has to do is buy an app for their iPhone and do a little background search on you, and they can find out who you were.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do that. I do it. I admit it. I check people out that I meet just to make sure that they're not, you know, a child molester or have a criminal record where they serve 10 years in prison for murder.
Sure.
And I don't see how you can hide from your past when you're internet dating. I just don't see how it's possible. So you can disclose or you cannot disclose. And when I don't disclose, I get a million emails.
Wow.
When I disclose, I get none.
Is that something you see, Dr. Gina, in your practice?
Oh, yes. I definitely get that question. Should I be honest? Should I not disclose? And I think that honesty is the best way to go because you are living a lie, and that's going to have many other bad consequences.
I agree completely.
And the truth is going to come out. If you want a real legitimate relationship, you're going to have to tell the truth.
Yes. You have to tell the truth from straight up at the beginning so that, you know, the both of you aren't investing your time in each other and getting attached to each other, and it's based on a lie. Then that relationship is never going to work out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
But at the same time, you know, when I do that, I find myself home a lot on Friday nights.
Aww.
Well, I'm here with you tonight.
Well, yeah, thank you. Cheers to that.
I drank all my drink.
Dr. Gina, I want to ask you, if for those who are listening to us tonight and might be in the Tampa Bay area and want to visit your practice, how can they reach you, dear?
Well, they could go to my website, which is drginacounseling.com, and you'll see all my information there. You can follow me on Facebook. I have my Facebook page. I have Instagram, Dr. Gina Love. So there's many ways to follow me, and I put a lot of information on there, and I definitely love helping the transgender and the gay community. So anyone that ever needs help and feels like they're alone, they could definitely come see me, and I will definitely help them out.
Very nice.
Great. Well, Dr. Gina, thanks for being on the show tonight, sweetie. Enjoy your Friday night.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Foxy Forum, Angie Fox, Foxy Dame, and Erica. We'll be right back after these messages with Sasha from the Transgender Law Center.
met her in a club down in Old Soho, where you drink champagne and it tastes just like Coca-Cola. C-O-L-A Cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name and in a dark brown voice she said Lola. L-O-L-A Lola. La 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 Lola.
Want to see those suntan Florida girls out of their bikinis? Want to read groundbreaking articles by Ray Bradbury, Stephen King, and the Godfather himself, Mario Puzo? And would you like to see more of the Foxy Dame? Well, the only place you can do that is Cavalier Magazine. That's Cavalier online at cavmag.com.
The rule is, if you keep good food in your fridge, then you will eat good food. But what about those of us who simply don't have the time to shop for fresh, organic fruits and veggies? Tampa Bay Organics delivers you the freshest and 100% certified organic fruits and vegetables, making the inconvenience of eating healthy a thing of the past. We'll be choosing one lucky Fruity Foxy Fan of the Week to win a box of organic fruits and veggies delivered right to your front door. Just call in to our studio line at 866-826-1340 with a comment or question on the Foxy Forum topic of the night. That's 866-826-1340. We will pick one lucky winner. With Tampa Bay Organics, you get free delivery and a 100% customer happiness guarantee. Visit TampaBayOrganics.com to live a happier and healthier life.
Indulge your most intimate moments with date night from OhYesFun.com. All the toys you'll need for the perfect night. 6 yummy flavors of personal lubricant, a mighty bullet massager, vibrating ring, and 2 condoms. Something for both of you, all in one sexy date night kit. Ask your favorite retailer or visit OhYesFun.com and discover the sexy world of Oh Yes. Vibrating rings, powerful mini massagers, and luscious lubricants. That's OhYesFun.com. OhYesFun.com.
Is joining the Mile High Fantasy Club on your bucket list? Well, there's a local company in the Tampa area called Mile High Fantasy Club where you can make that dream come true. They give you a limo ride to and from the airport. It's an hour-long flight from wheels up to wheels down, complimentary bottle of champagne, a Mile High Fantasy Club certificate for each person upon completion of flight, and for an additional fee you can have DVD and photos of your flight that are available. There's a total of a maximum of 6 people allowed on this Mile High Fantasy Club flight for $2,000. Simply nothing takes you higher. For more information about joining the Mile High Fantasy Club, log on to their website, milehighfantasyclub.com, and enjoy the friendly skies.
You're listening to the Foxy Forum, a lifestyle talk show. To suggest a topic, please contact Angie through her website, foxyforum.com, or share a comment on her Foxy Forum Facebook page or Twitter. That's Foxy, spelled with triple X's. And now, here is your host, the classy Foxy Dame of radio, Angie Fox.
Welcome back into the Foxy Forum. It's Angie Fox, Foxy Dame, and Erica live tonight in the studios in Clearwater, having a great time talking about transgender.
This song is very offensive to me. No, I'm just kidding. I love Aerosmith.
We love Aerosmith, and we love you.
Oh, I love you guys.
Now, I'm so excited for our next guest. Her name is Sasha. She's from the. She's a staff attorney with the Transgender Law Center, and she has done some phenomenal work in the area of transgender and HIV and so forth. And Sasha, I want to welcome you to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the program.
Hi, Sasha.
Absolutely.
Hey, how's it going, Erica?
I'm good.
I'm so excited to have you on, Sasha. Your resume is just absolutely amazing, and the things and the good work that you've done. Tell us about our fans, about the Transgender Law Center.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. So the Transgender Law Center's been around since 2002, and we're a national organization, but we're headquartered here in the East Bay in California. And what we do is to work to change law and policy and attitudes so that all people can live safely, authentically, and free from discrimination, regardless of gender identity or gender expression.
Now, is your work concentrated just in the California area, or have you taken on some nationwide events?
No, actually, yeah, no, we've both. We do a lot of work in California, and traditionally that's what we've done, but in the last 4 or 5 years we've really expanded, and started to do a lot more work in other parts of the country. We're part of a groundbreaking case a couple of years ago involving a transgender woman from Arizona who had applied with the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms for a position and was accepted, was offered the position, and then when she announced to them that she was trans, the offer was taken away, and that we helped her work her case through the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and it was a really groundbreaking and landmark case because in the end, the EEOC decided that, no longer would they dismiss cases that were based on gender identity, and that sex discrimination included gender identity. And it's really significant for folks who live in Florida, for example, without non-discrimination protections for employment. Now folks can go to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission if they're facing gender identity-based discrimination and file a claim, whereas before that case they couldn't. So that's just one example of some of the work that we've done outside of California, but, a lot, yeah, definitely.
Florida has come a long way, but it still has a long way to go. There's a statewide organization based here in the Tampa Bay area called Transaction Florida, and they were very instrumental in getting a lot of driver's license policy changed. In the past in Florida, if you wanted to get that F on your driver's license, it didn't matter. If you legally changed your name and you lived your life as a woman 100% of the time, but you just couldn't afford to go get the surgery or didn't choose to get the surgery, whatever, that didn't matter to the state of Florida. That M would still be on your driver's license.
Really?
So if you get pulled over by a trooper who don't like your kind because what is going on here, that could be a big problem. Well,
wow.
That policy was changed fairly recently here in the state of Florida, where before you had to present a letter from your doctor stating that you'd had the surgery done, and now that is not the case anymore.
How do you prove it then?
What
do you have to do?
All you have to do is go in there with your name change papers and a little bit of paperwork that says this is who you are, and they
don't ask you to show the goods or nothing like that. Just
not yet. No, that's New Mexico where they do body cavity searches. That's different.
Yeah, it's really significant for folks who, like so many folks in our community face so much healthcare discrimination that, affording, that kind of medical intervention is really, really challenging for most of us because of the employment discrimination. And then, like you mentioned, Erica, a lot of folks can't have surgery, so what are they supposed to do?
That's correct, yeah. The surgery is not cheap. It's not free. It's still very unclear, at least to me. I'm not sure what you think, Sasha, but what do you think Obamacare is going to do for people who desire a gender reassignment surgery?
Yeah, it's a really big question that we're starting to grapple with now. All I can say for sure is that, when crafting the Affordable Care Act, there was some great advocacy done, from groups like the Center for American Progress, who worked with the Department of Health and Human Services to get a non-discrimination provision put into the statute, which is inclusive of gender identity. They issued a memo actually saying that, like with a lot of current understanding about sex discrimination under the federal employment protection provisions, they've expanded that to encompass gender identity. So we haven't seen, yet, when the rubber hits the road, what it'll look like when folks are actually being denied treatments under their covered plans, based on this provision. But we're interested in, if folks, are, applying for care underneath their Affordable Care Act plan and are being denied, they should consider maybe filing a complaint with the Office of Civil Rights at this point, because the non-discrimination provision is really important, and that's kind of been the driver for a lot of, I'm not sure, I don't want to bore your listeners.
No.
There's been a lot of really great groundbreaking work being done in healthcare, and a lot of that is driven by non-discrimination protections. For example, in California and in Oregon and Colorado, there have been insurance division bulletins that have been issued recently, and a lot of those are based on stating that insurance policies approved in those states can no longer just deny outright transgender-related health care, including hormones and every other type of surgery. It's based on a parity issue, like what care is given to non-transgender people should be given to transgender people. So what that actually means, as far as the details go, is a little more complicated. But just going back to the Affordable Care Act, I'm just pointing out that having that provision in place is really instrumental legally to move forward with challenging the discriminatory exclusions.
It's been very difficult for so many people. I mean, even for people like myself, I work for a multi-billion-dollar company that offers wonderful insurance, and I couldn't get the insurance company that I pay a lot of money to every paycheck to cover any part of my therapy, of my hormone treatments, or of my surgery, for that matter. Even to this day, I eventually gave up fighting with them. I pay cash. I still have to take estrogen, 2 milligrams in the morning and 2 in the evenings, and that's all that I take. And it was just too much of a pain, even after I legally changed my name and my birth certificate and everything else. It's still impossible for me to get them to pay for the estrogen supplements that I take every day. But on the other hand, it's like $11 a month, so it's not like it's going to break me. But for trans men, those testosterone shots are not free. They're not $11 a month, I can assure you that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hundreds of dollars a month just for something like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I just want to underscore. Yeah, I just wanted to underscore, with the Koslick decision today. I don't know if folks are aware or not, but the First Circuit Court of Appeals upheld a lower court decision stating that she would be entitled to, under the Eighth Amendment, access to medically necessary health care, and and that's touches on a lot of issues, but the main issue that I just wanted to highlight, involving this discussion is that the court, and I think more and more courts and more people that are making these decisions are coming to the conclusion after talking to the medical community, that this care is medically necessary, and that's validated by the American Medical Association and the American Psychiatric Association. Even the Internal Revenue Service has defined transition-related health care as medically necessary. So I think the momentum is definitely on our side, and more people are starting to realize that. There's a lot of animus because it's a politically unpopular position, but the facts are the facts, and we're definitely moving in the right direction.
We're talking with Sasha, who's a staff attorney for the Transgender Law Center in California. Sasha, I have a question for you relating to HIV. I know you've done a lot of work in that area as well.
Sure, I actually have not.
I thought I saw something related to HIV, which was very common. It was something, I think, related to an article, HIV common in trans women.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can definitely talk a little bit about it, but I just didn't want to put myself out as an expert.
Gotcha. I'm sorry.
I was quoted in the Advocate article, and that's great. I just hadn't talked to you about it before. I just wanted to make it clear for the record. I mean, I'll be glad to try to field your question, though.
Sure. So what? So relating to HIV, how has that been impacted?
Well, for trans women especially, it's been a huge issue because for a long time, it's been really hard to get reliable data because often trans women are lumped in with, for example, men who have sex with men. So it's hard to break out, what the real impact is on trans women and HIV. So that's been, one huge issue is just getting the appropriate data. And, one of the things I mentioned in the article that I think you're talking about was, I think it's also a really problematic issue for our community, period, but especially for people living on the margins that need to access social services. So many of us have stories of encountering culturally incompetent social service agencies, and rather than go through that stigmatic and awful experience, people just decide to not do it or forego it, and so risk losing that opportunity to get themselves tested. Yeah.
Very, very true. It's so difficult to find out what's going on in the trans community because there simply isn't any data. Like you said, nobody keeps track of much of anything where trans people are concerned.
Yeah, I think that we're really. I just want to throw kudos out to the federal government. Though I just was on a call earlier this week on a listening session call with the National Institute for Health, and they're very concerned about that issue, and they're very aware that that information isn't there, and they definitely are moving in the right direction and beginning to get it. But we need to keep putting the pressure on them and the pressure on our state level, government to make sure that they collect that data. It's really important.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get the lube.
So boring. I'm so sorry. It's so wonky. Oh my god.
Well, Sasha,
think it's something exciting and sexy.
Right?
It's very late here.
The legal world is very boring. Sorry.
We can give you some lube, Sasha. We got some Oh Yes Fund, one of our sponsors. Well, I want to thank you, dear, for being on the show tonight. And please tell our listeners where they can get more information about the Transgender Law Center.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on again. I really appreciate it, y'all. And if you want more information, we have some really amazing resources that don't just apply to California, they apply nationally on our website, which is transgenderlawcenter.org. That's transgenderlawcenter.org. And then if you want to contact us through email, you can just email us at info@transgenderlawcenter.org. And, we'll take questions, regarding any legal issue, regarding your trans identity or, related or situation that you're struggling with. And just thanks again for having us on, and I really appreciate it. And thanks for all the great work you're doing in Tampa.
Well,
Erica.
Thank you.
It's great. It was great to talk to you, Sasha. Really, very, very informational. Thank you so much.
Great talking with you too. Take care, y'all.
Have a great night. I like how she said y'all.
I know, y'all.
She's got a little southern.
Is she from the South Bay area?
Must be South Bay.
I like it.
You're listening to the Foxy Fur. We'll be back after this hot song that Cedric's going to play.
Are sexual compulsions or sexual hyperactivity damaging your relationships or career? Or do you just want to understand your partner or yourself in a deeper way, leading to a more fulfilling sex life? Hi, I'm Erin Grupp, psychotherapist and certified sexual addiction professional. As one of Tampa Bay's leading experts in sexual addiction and sex therapy, I help individuals and couples reclaim their sense of intimacy, playfulness, and connection through clinically proven counseling techniques in a comfortable, discreet, and confidential environment. To set an appointment, call my office at 813-784-3724 or email me at therapy@eringrupp.com. That's therapy@ERINGRUPP.com.
Want to see those suntan Florida girls out of their bikinis? Want to read groundbreaking articles by Ray Bradbury, Stephen King, and the Godfather himself, Mario Puzo? And would you like to see more of the Foxy Dame? Well, the only place you can do that is Cavalier Magazine. That's Cavalier online at cavmag.com.
Do you wish you could eat healthier, but you simply don't have enough time to make it happen? Tampa Bay Organics delivers the freshest and 100% certified organic fruits and vegetables right to your home or office. Just hop on their website at tampabayorganics.com, and with a couple clicks of the mouse, you'll get yourself on the way to eating healthier without ever having to step foot outside your door. Free delivery and a 100% customer happiness guarantee. Visit tampabayorganics.com to live a happier and healthier life.
Have you ever been worried about your linens during your intimate encounters? The Love Mat helps you keep the right things wet. Machine washable and available in standard and travel sizes, the Love Mat is a soft, silky, and sensual mat featuring a moisture-absorbent yet waterproof inner layer. Worry no more about that wet spot. The Love Mat has it covered. Visit us at thelovemat.com. That's THELUVMAT.com.
You can leave your kinky boots on here in the Foxy Forum tonight, our transgender show. Here we are at our happy ending in menopause. I got Big E, our skin turn, in the house.
How are y'all tonight?
We're doing great.
The show sounds great.
Did you learn something tonight, Tony?
I could sit in that green room and listen all night.
Yeah?
Oh, wow.
Well, speaking of doing something all night, maybe smoking a cigar, right?
Yeah. I want to thank Morgan Jones at Smoker's Den for this handmade Canamero cigar from Nicaragua. It's kind of about a half-hour smoke, wouldn't you say, maybe?
It is, and it smells awfully yummy.
Yeah, it smells awfully yummy, and thanks for that wonderful sponsorship, Morgan. We appreciate it. And I also want to talk about his Super Bowl party, I believe February 2nd, which is a Sunday.
Okay.
He's going to have a chili cook-off. Anybody listening out there who wants to, is an expert chili cooker with different, white chili, brown chili.
The Foxy Dame makes a wicked chili.
I heard that. Cheese.
I got some special sauce I put in mine.
Wisconsin chili?
Yeah,
extra
pretty much.
Cheese and onions.
I might shave off a little bit of my cheese bra and pop it in there.
There you go.
I don't know.
There you go.
Ouch, right?
The aged cheese.
The aged cheese. I'm definitely going to be in the chili cook-off. I want to fire up my chili.
Alan from Olivia Cigars will be there with many, many great box specials. Buy 3, get 3 free.
Wow.
Buy 1, get 1 free. Morgan's just going to open up the house and just have a great day.
Let it rip.
Great event.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Also got something. I went by the Foxy Forum executive offices today in downtown Tampa.
Okay.
And talked to the staff. And we went in for the Foxy Dame's birthday present today. And I picked it up.
Well, thank you. Is this something I should be opening up here in the studio?
Yeah, it's PG rated.
Oh, it's PG rated. Okay.
Yeah.
Although we are kind of naughty here in the studio.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Is it something with blueberries?
Well, no.
Oh, some Don't Stop the Hot, Sexy Drink playing cards.
Yeah. And, when I was a kid, still now, my favorite card game was always Go Fish. I'm great at Go Fish. And, you can go fish and you can make cocktails.
Hot, sexy drink cards. I love it. And speaking of cocktails, we've been drinking tonight the Pucker Ball.
That's excellent.
Yeah, the Pucker Ball has it has a shot of Fireball whiskey, which is obviously very, very popular, and some sour apple pucker.
All right.
And it just is very yummy.
I could drink a pile of those.
Yeah.
I like what you said, though. You spend a long time getting the hair off your chest. You just don't want it added back on.
I spent a lot of money, getting that hair off.
And you can use this wrapping paper, next year.
I love that. It looks very much like Trader Joe's.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. I love that wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so our happy ending cocktail tonight is Pucker Balls. We've got a great cigar. I also want to talk a few other quick little things before our time runs out here. On the kinky boots, Cyndi Lauper is the lady who did the who did the music and lyrics, and then Harvey Fierstein.
Harvey Fierstein is involved in that too. That's right.
It was the book written by him, so it's just so fun. So if you get a chance and you go to New York, you got to go see it. Lola, who owns the station here, she absolutely loves Kinky Boots and went up last year. That's what Cedric told me.
Wow.
To go see the
Awesome.
musical. It's phenomenal. And then also I want to mention, if you're ever up in New York City, Club Oasis, which is brand new, just opened by Jack and Jill, who own a number of the different swing clubs up in New York. They do a Tea-Girl party every Thursday night and also on the second and fourth Saturdays of the month.
Oh, how fun.
So just a fun place to be. And then, of course, we have our sponsors, which I'm going to have Erica read.
Now, do you want me to read these in my old man voice or in my regular voice?
I want you to read them in your old man radio voice.
Oh, my God. This is very embarrassing. You're putting me on the spot now. All right, fine. Let's see. Promotional consideration on the Foxy Forum show for the following. Pink Chick, TampaBayOrganics.com. Oh Yes Personal Lubricant, Smoker's Den. Love Mat, Caliente Clothing Optional Luxury Resorts. Cavalier Magazine. Mile High Fantasy Club, Eyes Wide Shut, and Extreme Graphics.
Woohoo!
That's my big voice guy announcer voice.
That's sexy.
And you were
He's in the bedroom.
radio. You've done radio talent before.
I will never talk about that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes.
But you will be talking about the car show tomorrow, right? Bright and early.
Jeez, yeah, it is.
Gonna have to sleep fast, sister.
6:30 to 9:30.
6:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Till whenever, right?
Till whenever. Yeah.
Okay.
Till whenever everybody goes to breakfast.
Okay. Gotcha.
I want to thank all of our guests on the show tonight. Of course, my beautiful co-host Erica, Dr. Gina Midyet, Sasha from the Transgender Law Center, our skin turn Big E, of course Cedric, who's back there manning the board. And next week our topic will be the Swingers Cruise, because it's taking out of Tampa on January 27th through February 1st out of the Port of Tampa. So we're excited about that, and we're going to have some folks in the studio that are going to be on the cruise with me.
Is it true the Pancake Princess will be in the studio next week?
Yes, the Pancake Princess is going to be. We did a little poetry contest for her. I guess apparently she's going to be going out on her date with the man who won the contest, and so they're going to come in and report how it went.
I don't want to really talk about it tonight, but I got second place in the contest. But
yes, you did.
But I don't want to really release what my prize will be yet.
Wow.
But it will be released soon.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, some pancakes with syrup on top.
Pancakes with syrup on top and something to do with the trifecta.
Wow. Pancake Princess.
Yeah. So
she's going to be busy.
I hope she's feeling better and listening tonight.
Yeah, I hope she is too.
Yeah.
If she's not, she's going to find it on the podcast. And speaking of that, you can get our podcast of the show on iTunes. You can also get it on FoXXXyForum.com or on the station's website here, which is TanTalk1340.com. You know, having a threesome, isn't it every man's fantasy?
Oh, yes.
Don't look at me.
Yes.
Is that every girl's fantasy?
I don't know if it's every girl's
fantasy.
No, now I want to be.
There you go.
Thanks a lot.
I mean, we can try a bucket list for you. We had a bucket list for our interns in the past. You have a little bucket list. Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
Thank you for the cigar, by the way.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, thank you, Smoker's Den.
Thank Morgan Jones at Smoker's Den.
Thank you, Morgan.
All right. And I guess we will see you next week for the Swinger Cruise. Ta-ta for now.
Good night.
We got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again. But is that a good thing? Cause girl, I can't be your man. No man, I know it's on your brain. You probably hope it never would end. Like, is it the real thing? Or is it just a one night stand? Well then, let me see you get high and go low. Now girl, won't you drop that thing down to the floor? I'm here for one night.